2022 World Cup is already in full stride, and it has been nothing short of entertaining and shocking. We all love to see the best players represent their countries at the biggest stage in the world, but all good things must come to an end. So, which of our beloved superstars might be playing their last World Cup? Let's find out. The first player on the list will surely cause a bit of controversy, but it makes sense to put him on the list, and you'll soon discover why. Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is still one of the best players in the world and plays for a Belgium side that has been tipped to win the World Cup in the future. In 2014, he was part of the team that advanced to the quarter-finals. 4 years later, they came third. Now, Kevin De Bruyne has acknowledged that he is eager to make the most of his ongoing tournament, since he is unclear whether he will have another opportunity to play at the World Cup as Father Time is already catching up with him. In an interview, he said, "I'm obviously 31, and I don't know what will happen in 4 years. This is the first time my kids can come to the World Cup. By the time the next World Cup will be coming around, KDB will already be 35 years old, and it's difficult to imagine him still playing at a top level like he is now." Next one might be even more controversial than the first. Neymar Jr. At the 2014 World Cup, Neymar was expected to lead Brazil to victory on home soil as their talisman. However, the 22-year-old was forced to withdraw from the competition after taking a knee to the back while challenging Juan Zuniga of Colombia for the ball. Brazil won the match to advance to the semi-finals, where they were thrashed 7-1 by Germany in an embarrassing fashion. They then lost to Belgium in the quarter-finals 4 years ago. Now, Neymar Jr. is 30 years old and he is in some of the best form of his career, and there is a real possibility that this might be both his and Brazil's year. He worked really hard during the summer and reportedly said that every ball was going to go into the net this season, and right now, he has 11 goals and 9 assists in the League One appearances. So, for Neymar, this World Cup is a do-or-die affair. The Brazilian forward has stated that the World Cup in Qatar could be his last. Speaking to Globo, he said, "I'll play like it's the last. I talked to my father, we always talk, to play each game as if it were the last, because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. I can't guarantee that I'll play another World Cup. I honestly don't know. I'll play like it's the last. Maybe I'll play another one, maybe not. It depends. There's going to be a coaching change and I don't know if that coach will like me," said Neymar. Next on the list, we have England superstar Raheem Sterling. England are drenched with a lot of young talents coming through, and it's difficult to see how Raheem Sterling makes the cut for another World Cup run. When you think about the young attacking talents that weren't called up like Jared Bowen, Harvey Barnes, Ivan Toney, Jadon Sancho and Tammy Abraham, it becomes difficult to imagine Sterling making it to the next World Cup at the age of 31. Some might even argue that he shouldn't have been included in this year's World Cup squad. He hasn't been in the best form since Graham Potter took over the Chelsea job because he didn't really get a good run of games. Everyone will agree with this one, Luka Modric. The midfield genius led Croatia to the 2018 World Cup final where they lost to France. He was awarded the tournament's best player and the Golden Ball winner. The player has continued to be the most crucial player for the nation ever since, aging like a fine wine. Modric was also awarded the Ballon d'Or for his outstanding performances for both his country and Los Blancos that year. Modric is an important part of the Croatian national team, but it's difficult to imagine the 37-year-old playing on the biggest stage at 41. Modric, speaking to FIFA, said that, "I'm aware that I'm of a certain age and that this is my last competition in the Croatian national team." It makes sense that Modric has acknowledged that this will be his final international competition because he will be 41 years old by the time the 2026 World Cup and 39 years old before Euro 2024. The midfielder has also played in over 152 games for the Croatians, which is 18 more than any other player in history. During that time, he has scored 22 goals. Next, we have Paul Pogba. Over the years, Pogba has become more and more influential for France. The last World Cup saw a general hushing of most of his critics. He enjoyed himself throughout the competition and moved through the creative gears in games, especially against Argentina. Against Uruguay, he made it easier for his squad to maintain control and lessen tension. He was strong and well behaved against Belgium, bolstering the defensive effort with a blend of vigour and attention. Pogba demonstrated a variety of skills and demonstrated his versatility in a variety of settings, and he eventually went on to win the World Cup that year. However, Paul Pogba is not present at this year's World Cup, because of a bad injury he sustained during training for which he had to undergo surgery. No doubt Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world on his day, but he can also be bang average sometimes. Now, we have rising talents in the France side, like Eduardo Camavinga and Adriel Tchouameni. So it's safe to say that Paul Pogba might be way down in the pecking order when he turns 33 in the next 4 years. Next up, we have Lionel Messi. At the 2022 World Cup, one of the greatest of all time will have another opportunity, the last opportunity to win his trophy for his country, and the 35-year-old will be looking to erase memories of the 2014 World Cup final. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner did not want to miss out on this final chance because Messi and co appear to be the favourites for this World Cup, and he may not appear in the next World Cup. Argentina's all-time leading goalscorer with 86 goals and 51 assists in 162 games. Winning the most prestigious football trophy would be an ideal way for Messi to end his international career, and he would be fully committed to giving his all during the competition. Messi said in an interview with ESPN that, "Surely, this will be my final World Cup. I'm counting down the days until the World Cup." The truth is, there's a little anxiety, saying, "Well, we're here. What's going to happen? It's my last one. How's it going to go?" On one hand, I can't wait for it to arrive, but I'm desperate for it to go well. Next, we have Gareth Bale. This one is pretty easy to analyse. He's already 33 years old, no longer playing in Europe, and if we're being honest, there is no guarantee that Wales will make it into the next World Cup finals. Now, on the off chance that they do make it to the World Cup, Bale would already be 37 years old at that time, and it would be difficult for him to be called up. Next, we have another obvious one, Cristiano Ronaldo. The Portuguese superstar's mission to bring Portugal its first World Cup should have taken centre stage in the story around him. Cristiano Ronaldo, though, enters the campaign with a cloud of a controversial interview where he lambasted Manchester United hovering over him. Additionally, he told Piers Morgan that if Portugal wins the World Cup this time, he would retire from football. Even if Portugal do not end up winning the World Cup, he's always mentioned that he'd most likely retire from professional football when he turns 40. By the time the next World Cup comes around, he'll be 41 years old. So it's safe to say that Cristiano Ronaldo is playing his last World Cup. With 117 goals and 42 assists in 189 appearances for Portugal, Ronaldo is the all-time leading goalscorer in international football. Qatar will be his last opportunity to leave international football with the most prestigious trophy. Next we have Virgil van Dijk. This is Virgil van Dijk's first World Cup, and it might as well be his last one. The Dutch defender is already 31 years old and at the twilight of his career. Besides, he has young centre-backs coming behind him like Matthijs de Ligt, Julien Timber and Nathan Ake. We are finishing with Karim Benzema. Despite his success with Real Madrid, Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema has yet to play in a defining tournament for France. He was left out of Les Bleus' 2018 World Cup winning squad due to his age and the level of talent in France's ranks, and an injury has now ruled him out of this World Cup. He's already 34 years old, so expecting him to play in the next World Cup is unrealistic. What do you think though? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section. See you in the next one.